Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, over 2,000 vending machines in Australia and New Zealand now accept Bitcoin for Coca-Cola products, according to reports. This is made possible through a partnership between Coca-Cola's largest bottling and distribution company in the region, Coca Amatil, and crypto payments strategy Centrapay. Those who intend to pay with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies only have to use their mobile phone installed Silo Smart Wallet, a next-generation app that combines a private messenger with a digital wallet to scan QR codes at supported vending machines across the two countries. This doesn't only make payments easier, but also reduces the need for unnecessary contact during payments, as users only have to touch the machine once. Centrapay CEO Jerome Forey says that this is in a bid to simplify the use of cryptocurrency for buying and selling of products. The firm, according to Forey, has worked hard to improve user experience for cryptocurrency users, as well as simplify the integration process for mainstream businesses trying to integrate crypto payments. This news was all over the place. It was touted as, in some places, which was quite odd, Bitcoin has partnered with Coca-Cola Bitcoin partnership. I mean, this is cool, but this is not necessarily a Bitcoin partnership. It's simply just Bitcoin being integrated as more of a payment system method for other ways of people trying to buy things. It's not me knocking it. It's just more of a, you can now buy Coca-Cola with Bitcoin. Years ago, and I don't want to say that I used to knock down news like this, but I understand the significance of it more now. I do not personally think that we are on the cusp of everyone buying tons of soda with cryptocurrencies, because I think that would mean myself, I would know. I'm not spending any crypto on soda, especially not Bitcoin. But it does do something for the minds of people who continuously see these things, that they are able to actually pay in Bitcoin, especially. It's kind of the same exact thing when you hear it on the news a lot. If you're constantly watching the news, like the normal news, and they keep saying the word Bitcoin, you eventually wonder, what is this thing that I have no idea about? You start doing research, and then you see that tons of people can make money from it, yada, yada, yada. You know the entire story. And this gets people into the cryptocurrency market. So as of now, here's the actual news article from Business Wire. Coca-Cola Amatil vending machines accepts Bitcoin, being Centrapay. This is logical. This was going to happen at some point. It is widely believed that in the future, you will be able to pay with everything or buy anything with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So yeah, I mean, kind of cool. I mean, if you really like Coca-Cola and you've been trying to buy it with Bitcoin, by golly, this is your chance. Anyway, that's that news. And I have no idea how to end this news story. So let's just move on. Next up, Vitalik Buterin applauded the successful launch of various Layer 2 solutions on Ethereum, saying that the initial deployment of Ethereum's Layer 2 scaling strategy has basically succeeded. In a recent thread, he sheds light on some of the most recent developments and challenges ahead. And here's the tweet for it right there. According to Buterin's posts, the systems that are near ready today are mostly limited to payments and decentralized exchanges. However, he explains that token transfers through DEXs, decentralized exchanges, contribute to a large part of Ethereum's current activity, and Tether being one of the most, or the foremost, gas guzzlers. Buterin says that these applications could fit for implementation on rollups and plasmas, but that this could also present adoption challenges for users. For example, here we go, users will have to figure out how to store coins in a rollup or plasma, and will also have to develop trust in Layer 2 operations not to steal funds. Wonderful. Even if a Layer 2 operator disappears, Buterin asserts that users will want to know that they will be able to withdraw their funds as soon as possible, possibly using ZK rollup technology. He suggests that even Layer 2 companies do a test where the team shuts down all centralized components to verify that the ecosystem can still recover. Vitalik's tweets come amidst delays of the full launch of Ethereum 2.0. That they do not discount the fact that many teams have been interacting with Ethereum 2.0 Schlesy testnet. So far, developer teams, including Pegasus, Nimbus, and others, have tweeted around their Ethereum 2.0 contributions. Prismatic Labs has also launched its... Hello? That was weird. Okay, I hope you can still hear me. Something... I didn't even move, but something knocked out of the microphone. Anyway, what? That was weird. Has launched this Ethereum 2.0 testnet through its Prism client, which contains two components, the beacon chain client and the validator client, responsible for producing new blocks and attestations in the beacon chain and shard chains. Etherscan has also released an Ethereum 2.0 beacon chain explorer. So the news that, I mean, it's kind of odd because we receive news that Ethereum 2.0 has been delayed, but then we also get news that things are near ready and things are kind of moving as planned. As of now, the way it still stands is that we are expecting or have been told that Ethereum is going to have the first implementations of 2.0 in Q3. I guess the news being cool that it's still working, or that we're still going to get it, or that it's there. Anyway, that's the Ethereum 2.0 news, and let's move on. Question mark. Next up, IOHK, the company behind the Cardano blockchain, says it's rolling out the public testing phase of its big Shelly upgrade. The blockchain's much-awaited upgrade is designed to transform Cardano into a fully decentralized proof-of-stake network. It will introduce a reward system for holders of ADA, the blockchain's native cryptocurrency, who can earn crypto by helping power the network. They said yesterday, tomorrow, the 9th of June, we're entering a new phase for Cardano. The Shelly public testnet will open up, and so any operator that wants to set up a Cardano stake pool can do so. Ready for staking and delegation on mainnet late this summer. Okay, those are very big words. IOHK Marketing and Communications Director Tim Harrison, not Harrison, says that pioneers from the Friends and Family Testnet, a group of select stake pool operators who did the initial testing of Shelly, will mentor and support new pools. The progress on Shelly has fueled a Cardano price rally, with ADA surging from 5 cents to 8 cents, according to Coin Market Cap. Ethereum is also working on its own proof-of-stake upgrade, which is now likely to launch after Cardano 2021. Cool. So yeah, this has apparently taken shape, has activated. We now apparently have proof-of-stake on Cardano, but it's on a testing phase, if you will. I'm interested. By August, everything should have launched, and I am very interested to see exactly how things will have turned out for everyone. By August, and I'll say the last day of August, we should have the beginning iterations of Ethereum 2.0. We should have Shelly. We will have Tron 4.0, and we will have Voice. The having already happened, and there was another coin who was also talking about some type of a major upgrade, but I don't remember which coin it was anymore. So anyway, yeah, the Shelly testing phase has begun, and without further ado, let's move on. What was that? Oh, paper. Anyway, next up, where are the words? Tap Network has partnered with a multi-asset crypto wallet provider known as Uphold. Wallet users can now have access to over 250,000 name brand merchants and can spend a variety of currencies, including crypto, fiat, and precious metals. A partnership between Tap Network and Uphold Wallet will let users spend Bitcoin, gold, or fiat currencies. The gold is what's really getting me. I wonder how that would work, because let's say you buy something that's like $800 and you only have an ounce of gold. How are you going to, or fiat currencies at more than 250,000 top merchants? The multi-asset purchasing ability is part of Uphold's offering. Wallet users have access to 27 national currencies, 30 cryptos, 6 stablecoins, and 4 precious metals. It is thanks to Tap Network that these units of account are now spendable throughout the world. Any holder can redeemable. You can get a Nike gift card, credit on Amazon, or a premium Spotify account. The rewards can also be held digitally or used at a relevant point of sale. Where was the other really interesting part? Huh, really weird. Yeah, it says it up here, but not anywhere else. And I also saw it in a couple of other articles as well. I mean, it is what it is. I myself personally have no future plans of liquidating my crypto assets for HBO, Spotify, and or Amazon. However, there will be many people around the world who will choose to do so because that's just how things work. There are many people who do have a lot of Bitcoin or don't have a lot of Bitcoin, but still like to actually move things forward and actually use their cryptocurrency as a way to be able to buy things. I think we will see the true significance of this in the years down the line. It's kind of like when you go to a website and you're trying to buy something, you scroll down to the very bottom, at least I do, and it says like, we take Visa, we take MasterCard, we take this, we take that, and I always look for the little PayPal symbol because I like to be able to pay in PayPal just because it's one of the quickest, fastest options for me not to have to enter a card number. So it's little things like this, as more places around the world through Uphold or Tap or any other third or fourth party, what have you, start allowing companies to be able to have the option of accepting cryptocurrencies. I think that's actually quite significant because at some point in the future, I mentioned before, if we end up getting an $8,000 to $10,000 Ether, I'm going to go, maybe I do want HBO. If we end up getting to $1 million Bitcoin, at some point I'll go, okay, well, now may be the time to treat myself. This was also, I mean, it was kind of all over the place. This news was also touted as people can now buy things on Amazon, Spotify, and or buy, shows on HBO, watch shows on HBO because of Bitcoin or through Bitcoin or with Bitcoin. It is very significant. I mean, because we didn't have these things many years ago. It's just more of a matter of, I personally don't see anyone who really understands what Bitcoin is probably not going to be relinquishing their Bitcoin anytime in the near future. But there are many people who really just like to spend crypto. So by all means, let them do it. Let's move on. Next up, the most popular way to use Bitcoin off-chain is apparently on Ethereum. This was said by recent data. Since 2016, software engineers have worked to extend the oldest and largest cryptocurrencies use cases through a variety of companion protocols, such as the Lightning Network for payments or the Liquid Network for trading. But to date, the most popular off-chain protocols that use Bitcoin, the currency with a small b, run on the largest rival to Bitcoin, the network uppercase. Sure. In fact, Ethereum projects include WBTC and IMBTC, that is IMBTC. They hold 70% more Bitcoin than Lightning or Liquid. This is ironic to Camilla Russo, author of The Infinite Machine, a forthcoming book about Ethereum, but she's not surprised. Ethereum was designed to be more flexible, she said, which also allows tokenized protocols to thrive. Bitcoin, on the other hand, was built to do one thing well, which is to transfer value trustlessly and in a censorless way. Tokenized Bitcoins, as these projects are called, allow users to denominate in Bitcoin when transacting on the Ethereum network's emerging ecosystem of decentralized financial products. Instead of using Ether to make loans or interest, for example, transactions are, in effect, made with Bitcoin. There's a huge... So this also ties into the idea that we had before, that if you have more of it locked up, it's just about the scarcity of it. There's two parts. People want to be able to transact rapidly in Bitcoin, which if this really takes hold, if this really takes shape, you kind of imagine smart contracting a Bitcoin and then issuing it on Ethereum, and then Ethereum is able to actually do in the future 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20,000 transactions per second. So you're effectively using Bitcoin, but on top of the Ethereum network. If this becomes a new use case for Ether, where people are actually using Bitcoin in an everyday manner, but on top of Ether, Ethereum's network and its price will completely explode. There'll be no stopping Ethereum. So it's quite fascinating to see that people have found a new way to actually use Bitcoin, but on top of Ethereum. And Ethereum 2.0 at this point has to succeed, because if it doesn't, there's far too much betting on this, voting on this, on the shoulders of Ethereum for it not to actually do well. Between countries, governments, banks, when you talk about that, the Lightning Network and Liquid, which many crypto exchanges are actually using to send Bitcoin quicker amongst themselves, is being outpaced by people creating wrapped Bitcoin, WBTC, on top of Ethereum. That's completely mind-blowing. So if we do not, and I say this in the most honest way, actually get Ethereum 2.0, or if Ethereum 2.0 does not work, these functions which already exist are going to simply flow to another coin. And that coin will then outpace and end up beating Ethereum. Because what we've seen in the cryptocurrency market, space, globe, chain, whatever, is coins and projects mimic each other. If I have an apple, you also want an apple. If I have an apple grove and a blueberry patch, is that what the term for it? You're also going to want the exact same thing, because it shows that my coin can do what your coin can. However, Ethereum has a lot of weight being put on it, not as far as like slow transactions, but just that everyone seems to be betting really big that Ethereum 2.0 is going to happen. It's 3 years late. 3. Not 1 year, not half a year, not 2 years, 3 years. If it doesn't happen with all of this stuff on top of it, there's going to be some really big issues. But as of right now, a lot of people seem to be fairly optimistic that it's going to take place. Anyway, yeah. Imagine a world where Bitcoin, in essence, has 10,000 transactions per second, and you're using actual, like, mimicking Bitcoin, the usage of it, but it's all on top of Ethereum. That would be... I mean, it is insane. It's insane to even think about right now, because it's an actual thing. It's just a matter of how long, or if it will continue. Anyway, that's the Ethereum Bitcoin on-chain news. I mean, and then even more so, it also helps to increase the actual value of Bitcoin. Because if Bitcoin's being gobbled up by institutions and by you and all your friends and your family, and we end up seeing that at some point there's like 300, 400,000 Bitcoin locked inside of Ethereum, and then there's Bitcoin denominated Ethereum tokens running on top of Ethereum. Well, that's a whole nother huge portion of Bitcoin that's also not in the circulating supply. Oh, it's so fascinating. I find all of it very interesting, because it's also quite genius. It's a way to also, the word isn't organically, to simply decrease the supply further of an asset. You lock more Bitcoin into Ethereum to then release more coins that are going to be running on top of Ethereum, which then also, Ether also has to then be locked up in Ethereum itself to actually power the proof of stake network. So all the coins that we think are there actually aren't there. So this also, usually, like when we get news about like price predictions and like where prices are going to go, it's usually based off of like current circulating supply and stabilized now usage and the network effect of things going on. But what happens if the network effect still takes place, like more people get into these, these markets, start buying up more of them, but they don't really account for the fact that 10% of all Bitcoin might be locked on top of Ethereum, Tron, and Cardano in the future, and all of the Ethereum that we currently have right now, especially based off of the future burning mechanism on Ethereum 2.0, will then make Ethereum deflationary. Interesting times indeed. Let's move on. And to finish things off, Hester Peirce, one of the 5 commissioners with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, has been tapped for a second term at the regulatory agency. Peirce, who has been one of the most prominent crypto advocates among the U.S. regulatory agencies, took office in January 2018 after Donald Trump nominated her to finish the last 2 years of a 5-year term. With the renomination, or without the renomination, her term would have expired on Friday. Wow. The new term would see her serving through 2025. This was said by Bloomberg Law, which first reported the move. In recent months, the regulator has proposed a safe harbor for crypto startups looking to issue tokens as a way of allowing these companies to raise funds and begin operating without fear of running afoul of U.S. securities laws. Pierce asked for the general public to provide feedback on the proposal after publishing it. Pierce has been dubbed Crypto Mom. She hasn't. No one calls her Crypto Mom, and if you do, it's creepy. After she publicly dissented on the SEC's decision to reject a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund that was filed by the Winklevis, Pierce declined to comment, but the regulator previously told CoinDesk that she did not feel as though her work at the agency was finished. This was very popular news. Much of this video is NIM, news I missed, because there's just so much news popping up in the cryptocurrency space. I've been trying to take some days off, but alas, crypto never sleeps. Sure, she's been one of the few outwardly spoken advocates of a less stringent cryptocurrency regulatory space. So, I mean, cool. She's relatively done no harm for the cryptocurrency space, so why not have her around a little bit longer? Whenever we get news like this, it's kind of the same exact thing. What was the name of that woman? The wife of the head of the New York Stock Exchange. Bloppa Bloop. What was her name? The woman with the hair. Kelly Loeffler. Is that it? I think so. Oh, I think that's it. When she got into the cryptocurrency space, people were also like, "Woo, yeah!" And then I think she has a head on the Senate. I don't know what's going on right now. Anyway, the point is, whenever we get any type of very rough advocates and or allies within any type of U.S. office, people tend to get really excited. So, cool. Good for her for having a second term. We still won't see that Bitcoin ETF, but at least we have someone trying to stick up for us. Behind the scenes. That was my phone. Ignore that. If you could even hear that, I have no idea. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia569, Yasha Harari, Moonman High, XRP, The Pothead, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stroyo, Chongo Lolo, Tsongo Lolo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Morha Maroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Crypto Joe, Bankroll Network, Adobo, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Nicholas for North One Piece, One Love, Damien Setsuna, Nick Kanaya, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangiala, Vori, Anthony Charles, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller, Hishas Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Body Make Boatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Arfmedic17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigera Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Prayala Michelle, URL, Bolero Bastos. And hold on, I have to sneeze. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel by clicking the little join button below. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my newest channel. And thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. The crypto market's still not making much sense. Bitcoin keeps trying to go up in price. But alas, the market is relatively going sideways-ish. Neither really here nor there. There are a couple of coins that are trying to do betterer than others, but I think we're still waiting for the big Bitcoin breakout. Cardano's actually down. Who knows why? I assume the test net worked, but maybe it wasn't as fireworksy as people assumed it was going to be. I do hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See